Hello and welcome everyone, I am Madals and this is another StarCraft 2 England cast. Now today I have got a PvZ. It is between roxkisTITAN, the red Protoss player in the top left position, up against one, the blue Zerg player in the lower right. That is of course a ladder game for those of you noticing that it is red and blue. My goodness, don't you love those red and blue colours? I wish there could be some change of those on the ladder. That would be amazing. Hint in Heart of the Swarm idea I saw on Reddit, that would be pretty cool, but definitely worthwhile changing those colours, Blizzard. Red and blue gets dull after a while. Anyway, coming back to the game, what can we expect? The map is at Hana, and well, we're going to get a fast expansion out of Titan. That's pretty obvious because there goes down the pylon, and well, Ahana's an easy map to get that expansion down on a narrow ramp, quite a long distance between the two players. Well, I may even see a Nexus first from Titan on this map. I think that's a very, very plausible thing that we could be getting going on. Meanwhile, well, we should see a 14 or 15 pull into probably about a 16 hatch, then into a third base at between 4 and 5 minutes. And that's really the meta game of the early ZVP. Then, of course, going into the mid game, well, this third base is going to be the focus of all of the action. Like, literally 100% of this game will, in my opinion, get decided by this third base. If Titan is able to take it out, then hooray, Titan's probably going to win the game because the Zerg players won't be able to keep up on equal basis. Should one be able to hold it up, and if Titan takes decent losses and doesn't actually get up his own third, then, well, you tend to then see Protoss players really lose. So a lot of Protoss strategies either revolve around taking a really quick third and staying on level bases and playing more defensively, or putting on a lot of two-base pressure to the third base and trying to just stay on equal bases with the Zerg. So it's a good strategy. I reckon Titan likely to go for... Actually, I don't know, because obviously the different plausibilities are huge. You can get anything from a 5 to 8 gate, you can get Blink Stalkers, you can get a 2 Immortal Sentry push. There's lots of different strategies available. Hell, you can even get a DT rush should you want to. Now, looking down here for 1, well, currently he's got that spawning pool coming out. He's going to start getting that hatchery any second. There we go. So it's on its way. Hit came down at 16. We did have a Nexus first there out of Titan. That is very, very good as expected. No gas yet. We won't see any gas out of 1, to be honest, until a good sort of 40-50-ish supply, because there's no need for it. That probe is going to be irritating. I'm probably going to try and block the third base, which should be coming out in the next minute or so. Now, let me say, guys, for any of you who don't subscribe to me already, you definitely should. I get new games up daily. And, well, like the video, please, as well. That would be sweet. And leave a comment about anything that happens in the game. That would be awesome. Like, definitely cool. Anyway, looking back at the game, we've got the photon cannon coming down, we've got the gateway, the wall off getting complete, everything's fine, the overlords, just getting a bit of scouting information because, hell, no cybercore, not even a gateway done yet, so that can just chill there for a while and basically find out exactly what's going on. This one Zergling coming to get a scout around, make sure there's no cannons or pylons, something you should always be doing as a Zerg player. Should see the third base coming down any minute now, and, well, that should be right on cue. Literally 20 seconds on the dot. Literally, it's like one is following the Zerg v Protoss textbook. But can he hold off what Titan's about to throw at him? Well, we'll wait and see, because obviously Titan not revealing very much. Just got the 2 gas up. Really, the queen numbers looking fine. There's the second queen coming out. I like personally to see an additional queen than there are bases. So on, basically get double queens out now. So you've got 1 queen to go down to the third, another creep spread. In ZVP, due to the fact you get the quick third, you can get away with just getting a third queen now, grabbing 1 creep tube and then walking along, but I think getting a queen dedicated to spreading creep is so vital. It's just so effective in giving you good scouting information. Obviously, that can really, really help things along the way. Now, obviously, still no sign of what's going to be coming down here for Titan. He has got Warp Gate Tech on its way. If we see a Chrono Boost off on that, it will be quite telling. Obviously, we do have the +1 ground weapons, but that can mean either a timing push, or it can mean I'm just getting ready for later game. And it's a good move, actually, always getting those upgrades there, unless you have a specific reason not to do so. Looking here, obviously the third base on its way, the third queen on its way, a robotics facility just getting chucked down now. So again, 1 gate robo. That could be a quick tech up. It could be an hint that we're going to see quite a few a 2 Immortal Sentry push that is still all viable. And of course, this is the problem for Zerg players, is they do have a lot of different options. But we're getting up to that kind of 6-minute 30 point now. We see all 4, well, we should see all 4 gases get thrown down pretty soon. But importantly, we need to see a Roach Warren and Evolution Chamber. Around 6 minutes 30 is when you want to be hitting those down. It is an ideal timing for them. Get both of them together. Evolution Chamber, start an upgrade on it if you've got the gas, which is why you can get the 4 gas early as well. Alternatively, just get it for the spore crawlers for the anti-air and also DT prevention. Obviously, the Rotron to help you against big gateway pushes that could potentially be hitting sort of the next kind of minute or so, when you think we're up to 7 minutes. We do have a Warp Prism coming out, so we could see some drop play. This would be brilliant. Meanwhile, just sticking on the 2 gas here, 1, this is a really interesting strategy. You tend to see more gas get taken early on by Zerg players. Now, also noticing Lair getting down first, that's the right thing to do. Speed isn't hugely important, but there goes down the Evo at really quite a late spot. I like to see the Rotary a bit sooner than this, because of course this is the kind of push you can negate if you do have that Rotary up now, which of course it would be. And of course we're looking here, the 1 could start getting into some problems. We've got 2 more gateways being added on. Warp Gate Tech is about to finish as well, so these 2 Zealot Stalker harassments are going to be able to pick off a Queen really quite simply. That is a lot of production right there. We've got 14 Zerglings on the way, but so much damage is already getting done, and of course that pylon is going to finish, allowing a warp in, and this third base could go down, and this is precisely why Zerg players need to get that Rotary down at about 6 minutes 30, so you can have roaches here for this push, because it's always going to be Zealot heavy. And this allows you to deal with it effectively, because the Zerglings are not going to engage in a cost-effective manner now. We do have an Immortal coming up behind this, plus 1 ground weapons done for the Protoss player. For the Zerg player, no upgrades at all. Those Zealots absolutely ripping apart the Zerglings. In terms of cost-effectiveness, well, nearly 10 times more cost-effective at the moment. The pylon getting focused, a lot of Zerglings on their way over, trying to prevent reinforcements, but it looks like the third base is the target, and that is precisely what it should be from Titan, because if he picks this third base off, which he is almost certainly going to do now with its 12 HP, it just needs literally like 1 more shot. Is he going to do it? Yes, he does. For a second there, I thought he was going to miss out, but of course now this third base is gone, Titan is in such a dominating spot, and he's lost hardly anything. I mean, if we look at the loss tab, well, he's lost what? That's like just under a third of the resources of his opponent. Meanwhile, while picking up an awful lot of harvesters. How many did he actually get? 5 harvesters and a base. So that is all good. He's got the 2 immortals there, so he's looking like he's going to follow up with the 2 immortals sentry push, which things couldn't be going better for him in my opinion right now. He's got a great way to deal with large numbers of roaches and zerglings with the immortal sentry. He's done a huge amount of damage. He's going to be economically ahead. He's going up to, well, what's this going to be? 6 gate with the 2 robo. That's going to have, actually the robotics bay coming down, so it's 5 gate, sorry. Misjudging that completely. So, 5 gate with robo down. It looks like Titan not even going to try and end it here, but instead just going to expand down to his third. The Overlord will spot it, but there's not really much that one can do. And in this sort of situation, you're almost stuck to the point where you have to kind of try and counterattack. We do have that Warp Prism doing some annoying drop play as well here, but nothing too major being done, only getting 3 worker kills for the moment. But it could go in now, and this counterattack won't be any good at all, because of course there's quite a few sentries there, the immortals there. We just need some good force fields and it will get hold off. Will the Warp Prism go in? That is the important thing to watch, because obviously all of the Zerg army is now moved completely forward, trying to take a 4th base, double expanding, trying to catch up economically, which is all you can really do. The Warp Prism there with now 2 more Zealots in there, and well, the Zerglings are not going to be able to get back in time if those drops do come down. The Zerglings running across the map as fast as they possibly can. The +1 ground armor also done as well now for those Zealots. That's compared to no upgrades at all for the Zerg yet. And, well, the Warp Prism drops off, picks up, doesn't get any worker kills, unfortunately, though. The Infestation Pit on its way down as well. The third base is finally back up and running, but as you can see here, the Protoss is ahead in terms of the worker count. He's about to have his own third base up, and really is in a great spot. The first Colossus on its way, Extended Thermal Lance on its way down as well now, and, well, looking here, Twilight Council, that's just going to allow the +2 upgrades to come down. +1 shields coming down, obviously, because the +2 armor or weapons can't be started without the Twilight Council. That Warp Prism still pretty much just chilling here. Probably going to come back in, but there's a bit too much defense there for it to really be able to do that much at the moment. A lot of defense down by the 4th base, because that's absolutely critical to one staying in this game right now. Looking here, the first Colossus on the field, the second on its way, Extended Thermal Lance half done, and to be honest, Titan is just really in a great spot. He's still ahead in the worker count, and at this stage in the game, being ahead in the worker count, you are just in an amazing position as Protoss. Even just being on 3 bases is an amazing position to be as Protoss. Those Zerglings getting picked off do reveal the Colossus though, so we should see really quite soon a Spire thrown down, really, to get the Corruptors out to deal with those Colossus, otherwise you're going to have issues. That one Zergling in Zeta, rather, probably in the most cost-effective position it can be to engage, and well, as you can see through here, Titan still being twice as efficient with his resources lost than his opponents, so really engaging well, and that is just helping him, considering the fact that he's already economically ahead. But however, one is moving forward here. The Observer's in a good spot. We do have some Infestors coming down. The Templar Archives coming down for High Templar for Titan as well now. That of course will allow him to get out Archons. He may even start looking towards getting a couple of storms. It's something which I don't think that enough Protoss players really use against Zerg. The odds, 1 or 2 High Templar with the Storm can be very, very potent against sort of the mid-game Zerg army. Obviously in the more late game when Broodlords start coming into it, it can be less effective. But you've also got the feedbacks to pop the Infestors. Yes, it's micro-intensive, but it is so powerful. Now, the thing I'm really noticing here is the lack of a Spire, and I think that could come back to really sting one. He's also behind in the upgrades. Double upgrades on their way down already for Titan. That's compared to no upgrades at... Oh no, the +1 carapace is done. I do apologise for 1, but still, we've got the 3rd Colossi coming in, and once you get up to 3... it starts doing huge splash damage that is really difficult to deal with without some corruptors there. And, well, we're going to see a bit of an engagement. A nice move forward. Some fungal growths do manage to go down. They are absolutely brilliant. The force fields are great, though, keeping those infestors way back. So many force fields on their way down right now, and just looking at this, it looks like one's actually getting quite a good engagement, but of course the Colossi are still up, and they are the real damage dealers here, and they are just going to allow the momentum of this push to keep on. More roaches are reinforcing from behind, but some force fields just trying to prevent the escape, and well, just tearing through everything. We do have the reinforcements on their way over. This 4th base almost certainly going to go down. The worker count at last in the Zerg's favour, but only by 1 worker. And losing this 4th base is going to cause problems. But it looks like a counterattack is what's going to be in store. We've got a lot of Zerglings and Roaches now deciding to pull back because the War Prism coming in from behind as well. This multi-prong harassment, absolutely beautiful. More Zealots coming in, but of course quite a few Roaches there. That'll make them significantly less effective because obviously Roaches engage so well against Zealots. And well, for the moment we've got more engagements in the middle. Some Infested Terrans getting lobbed down, but for the moment those Immortals just doing huge damage. And there is the GG from one who knows he just cannot be everywhere at once. So guys, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, please subscribe and leave a cool comment, like the video. I'll catch you all tomorrow for yet another new cast. Thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.